Valencia circuit. EuroNASCAR European Championship, a dream that comes true. In the last video you saw the first part of the weekend with the free practice, qualifying and race 1. And if you haven't seen it yet, pause the video before I spoil the outcome and go watch it because it's awesome. Okay, from now, get ready for some big spoilers. Valencia, one of my favorite tracks ever, and it showed. Always among the best times throughout the race weekend. In qualifying I had the pole in my hands, but I couldn't put together a good lap, and I started second. In race 1 I had to sadly realize that Tziortzis had so much more than me, so in the end I had to settle for the second place. And they say that the second is the first of the last ones, but this is my first race of an European Championship. What can I ask more? And also you have to consider that EuroNASCAR is a strange championship, because here's how the scores work. The winner gets 40 points, the second gets 35, and then 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, scaling down 1 point until the last one. So everyone has always told me that whether you're second or third, it makes little difference for the final ranking. And in many situations, it's better to be content and lift your foot instead of pushing like crazy with the risk of having an accident and bringing home 0 points. And to further complicate it, finally at the last championship race, you get double point. So you can win 8 races in a row, but if you get the last race wrong, you will lose the championship. But let's keep our feet on the ground. Now there will be race 2. Having set the second best lap time in race 1, I will start second again in race 2. And this time I will not be happy with staying behind. This time I will attack in the first corner.
Morning! Yeah, P2 yesterday. It was a very good result for my first race here. Everyone was happy. I mean, everyone was happier than expected. They didn't expect such a good result, so it's good to hear that. The other guy was too fast for me, and... No way, wait, are you kidding me? The trucks are ready to do the race now on the grid, and the safety car is a truck. It's not a car, it's a truck. Amazing. Anyway, I have a good news. Valencia, historically, for our team and for the setup that we use, it's not the best track. We struggle a bit. So that's good, because it means that in the next races I will be a bit faster. I mean, with the setup you can win. My teammate, the number 56, Nicola Rocca, won yesterday in the Pro. So, but it's not the best track for this setup. So that's good.
So cool, so cool! It really is true that coming out of the pits and seeing the stands full of people charges you to the max. And today we have only 18,000 spectators. Imagine when in Formula 1 or American NASCAR there are hundreds of thousands of people.
Es su momento. Drivers, start your engine.
Calda ora che hanno detto che c'è one formation lap, un giro di formazione.
There we go, ready for race 2. My engineer told me that there's going to be only one formation lap. Usually we do one formation lap, but they thought about doing 2 formation lap because you already saw that in turn 1 and 2 there is a lot of filler, because in the previous races somebody spilled oil. But since the track is fine, so only one formation lap.
Ok, la pista comunque a posto, non scivola.
Ottimo, questa è un'ottima cosa perché tu sei esterno, quindi ottima cosa.
Allineati bene, ok.
So as always, rolling start. In race 1, I calibrated my drive, but now I will be the last one to break in turn 1, because if I want to win this race, I must put my car in front of Tziortzis and block him for the whole race.
And we are racing Tziortzis then in the number 5 car. Let's see if he can hold the lead into the first corner. Look at Martin Dubek. Dubek on the attack into turn 1, surely not.
He pushed me out, Okay, I can't pass him like that, because I did track limits, so I'll need to get him close to me again and try to overtake in another corner. I'm not lifting. Boom! Come on! First! Whoa!
Perfetto, resta lì, perfetto, vai, 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 vai!
Okay, now I have him glued to my ass, and I know he has more than me. But I don't have to save tires anymore. So I'll push like crazy and I'll do everything I can to keep him behind.
Alberto Naska, though, that leads the way on this first lap of the race. Brilliant stuff. Tziortzis just behind him. Then it's Gil Linster in third place. Dubek has been demoted to fourth after challenging for the lead in the first few corners. And Liam Hazemans has managed to get himself up to fifth place as well.
Very fast in turn 1, but he's using a part of a track which is not allowed to use. Anyway, I have to close the door in turn 2. So doing 15 laps like this is unthinkable. He really has so much more and I am at the limit. Anyway, head down and see how he behaves.
Oh, that was looking a little bit close for comfort, wasn't it? I thought for a minute that Vladimiros would end up in the side of Alberto Naska, but very well managed by both drivers.
In the corner entry, he's so fast. I mean, look at how close he gets to me. Come on, I gained a little bit. Come on. Okay, now I can breathe a little bit. Meanwhile, inside the car it's 40 degrees Celsius, which it's cool compared to the 50, 60 you can experience in summer, but it's still tough. Look at how fast he goes in turn 1. Once again, I have to close in turn 2. Oof, okay, I survived.
Attento all'interno sempre, attento all'interno.
I'm really struggling. He can turn the car faster and with less understeer than me, and then he manages to get more traction, and I'm really struggling. Anyway, 2 laps led in the European Championship. I must say, not bad at all. For another lap, I'm safe. Let's hold on.
Naska pushing every inch of the way that he can.
Fuck, he did it so fast. I must close. I must close. No. I lost the rear and now he crosses the line.
Is that the opportunity that Alberto Naska has given? Yes, it is. Tziortzis is through. Oh, and Naska.
Ah! Fuck. He passed me. He did a good move. I mean, he forced me to close the inside in turn 2. I just lost the rear a bit because I wanted to stop the car in the mid-corner and he just crossed the line and did it better than me. Anyway, let's see if I can keep it up with him. Nothing. He just took and run. My only hope now is a safety car. Meanwhile, let's watch the replay of the start. Oh my god, what have I done in the outside? I took a risk because we almost touched. However, one could say that my overtaking was irregular because I did track limits, and I tell you no, because I set the corner, I saw that he was in the inside, so I corrected my line, and then when we got to corner exit, so I left him space. But when we got to corner exit, he didn't leave me the space because he was on the curb, so I was forced off track. So in that case, I just kept flat out. But I didn't pass him though, because in the following corner, I let him by my side once again, and only in turn 4 I made the overtake, so that was legal. Meanwhile, I see at the edge of the track that there is a car crashed, but no safety car comes out. Yeah, too bad. I could have really used the safety car in this lap, but here I noticed that compared to the Italian races, where if a car is parked away from the track, they give the safety car anyway. Here, in case the car is not in the dangerous spot, they prefer to leave the race go on. And I think it's cool, because they can leave us race. And another cool thing is that if the race is going to end under safety car, they can extend the race with an overtime procedure so that the race doesn't finish under a safety car. This is amazing, guys. And in Brands Hatch, which is the next race coming out, it will make a big difference.
Tieni il ritmo alto, dietro ai Dubek, è uno che ti potrebbe riprendere.
Okay, I was going to drop the pace a bit, but the engineer told me that Dubek behind me is getting closer, so he's driving fast, so I must keep the pace up and not give up now.
Gestisci, è un buon gap sia davanti che dietro, gestisci.
So this is the only NASCAR race where nobody crashes and no safety car is deployed. I mean, in all the other races, disaster happened, safety cars came out, and here nothing. Unlucky. Anyway, my fastest lap was 43.1, Tziortzis was 42.6, and yeah, uncatchable. I'm still happy because mine would have been the 5th best time overall considering the pros, so I'm going fast, but at this point I'm 5 seconds behind Tziortzis, 5 seconds ahead of Dubek, and like in race 1, let's bring the car home and settle for a 2nd place.
It's going to be another fabulous drive from Vladimiros Tziortzis. He was over 6 seconds clear, crossing the line on the final lap. He has been setting the pace at the front of the pack, and once again the number 5 car will cross the line for a 2nd win in as many days in EuroNASCAR 2.
Andiamo a prendersi sta bandiera, dai, grande, gran gara, bella bella, dai!
Settle. That's a word that I don't quite like, but in this case, there was really nothing I could do. The superiority was really overwhelming. And when your opponent is so much faster than you can only try to do one thing. Attempt the impossible maneuver to put yourself in the front and do everything you can to keep him behind until the end. And that's not easy, we know that. Some phenomenal drivers in motorsport history succeeded. For example, Valentino Rossi against Stoner in Laguna Seca, or Leclerc versus Hamilton at Monza. And these were epic feats with maneuvers beyond all the limits, battles done by champions who made history. And I tried. I succeeded for 4 laps, but then I had to raise white flag and let Tziortzis through and settle for the 2nd place. I can't recriminate myself this time, because I really did everything I could, and when you do your best, but the result still doesn't come, well, it's no longer about settling, but it's about being happy. Because there is nothing more that I could have done today. I enjoyed the victory lane for the 2nd time, not as a winner, but as a chaser. And that's because victory will come. It came with the bikes, it came with the cars, and it will come here too. So now that the race is over, I enjoyed the rest of the day a bit to experience the EuroNASCAR race weekend as a fan. So I went to the grid in the Pro, I watched my teammates race, pulled out a kind of snapshot, which is the brain energy drink that sponsored my races, and we offered to the whole team. They really appreciated it. We saw a lot of trucks, and while I was relaxing on our van, waiting to leave for Italy again, I got a call from the pit box because some stuff needed to be fixed on the car. Something about the cameras. And what the hell is going on now? I mean, what's the problem? It was all a joke, there was no problem to be fixed, but simply the team had to give me the news. From the technical checks made on Tziortzis' car after the race, it turned out that his car was found to be non-compliant with the 2022 regulations for one component. So the judges decided to give him 10 penalty positions on the finishing order, and therefore the winner of race 2 is me. Boom! I won! My first victory in EuroNASCAR. Wow! I would have preferred to celebrate it on the top step of the podium, but my team managed to make up for that too by throwing me this surprise party that I didn't know about. And I don't know what to say. It's an incredible feeling, because with this penalty, I am now leading the EuroNASCAR 22 championship with 6 points ahead of Dubek, a rookie at the debut, first in the European Championship. This is an example that if you believe and you work hard, dreams will come true. And it also makes me happy to know that sometimes the law is enforced and justice is done. Now we go home happy, energized, and ready for Brands Hatch UK as the championship leaders. We are first in the EuroNASCAR 2 with me, we are first in the Pro with Rocca, and we are first in the team ranking. Just one word: Wow.